Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scotty Yang on behalf of the IIHF and the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association. We welcome you to the final day of the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Division 3 Group B. This is the second game, and surely this is going to be the most important game for today. It's going to be Luxembourg versus DPR Korea. First to enter the rink, the three-game officials from Spain, Carlos Robajos. Linespersons from Hong Kong, China, Tan Ka-hei, and from Chinese Taipei, Hong Chi-lun. Now entering the rink is Team Luxembourg. They are going to be wearing their blue jerseys, playing on the right side of your screen. This is the top-seeded team coming down from Division 3A. Relegated last season, they are indeed the top-seeded team here in this tournament, and also ranking-wise, they rank the top here in this division. And now coming into play, it's DPR Korea, the silver medalist for last year, the second seed for this tournament. And these teams are going to be fighting for medals. Luxembourg needs a win here today. They must win this game in order to have a podium or a medal finish to the game. DPR Korea will also want to do well here in this tournament. With a win, they would secure a silver medal finish to the game. And if they let Luxembourg win this one, DPR Korea will have to finish in fourth place, which is something they wouldn't want to do. DPR Korea, their goalie, starting number 1, Kim Kang-gun. And for Luxembourg still, their starting goalie, number 20, Jesse Mikkel. Three full periods of full contact ice hockey, 20 minutes each, starting in a minute. And this game will also carry implications for Hong Kong, China. They're not playing this game, but they're watching closely on this game. As a result of this game will affect the color of the medal Hong Kong, China will get from the tournament. Hong Kong, China cannot finish lower than third place, so they're guaranteed some silverware. But the color of the medal will greatly depend on this game here between Luxembourg and DPR Korea. And we are going to have face-off now. On your right-hand side, Luxembourg, and on your left-hand side, DPR Korea. The team full of mysteries, but with 4 games already played, we know a lot more about this team, their play style. Very, very similar to Hong Kong, China. Very speedy, very, very physically good, well-trained, well-conditioned, and this year they're playing with an added discipline. So far, the DPR Korean team playing very, very well. They've been avoiding the blocks, only to be beaten by Uzbekistan this tournament. That game did not look well for DPR Korea, as their smaller size couldn't, well, their speed couldn't compensate their smaller size. As for Luxembourg, they play a very different style. This team with larger, bigger, taller, heavier players, having every advantage in jostling for position, blue line, slap shots, and screening the goalie. But speed-wise, they're no match when you compare them to DPR Korea. And when they played Uzbekistan, they played very well defensively. And they held Uzbekistan to under 20 goals. That's not an insult, that's actually a praise, because every other team Uzbekistan played, they beat their opponents by more than 20 goals. A little over a minute played this period already. A high-paced game demonstrated by DPR Korea. Whistle here, 18:36 to go. Luxembourg in their own zone, trying to get the puck out. Board play by DPR Korea. Luxembourg gets it out. Number 2, Antoine Thomas to Tom Cannon. Now on the other side, coming back, Park Chung-juk, number 21, the forward. Captain Kim Chung-juk. Nice feed up front to Lim Ju-won. Long shot, this one out of bounds. Face-off in the Luxembourg zone, and it's going to be an invalid face-off. We'll try again. And here we go again. Long shot. There is going to be a penalty against Luxembourg. Oh no, it's going to be player in the crease. No players going into the box, but face-off is going to be outside the attacking zone as linespersons Chan Ka-hei is preparing the face-off. Lutov with the puck, sends it out to Nunez. Nunez with speed, racing past the DPR Korean player, centering pass, now finds Lutov with a shot. Goalie made a great save. Puck goes down into the corner, and Luxembourg with the rebound. Unable to get it out, stuck and trapped behind the Korean net. 4 players going after the puck. Referee right there, monitoring the situation here. Puck is definitely loose. Players chipping it back and forth. And now DPR Korea gets it. Trying to get it out of their own zone. Now they do. Kim Il-choi at center. Looking to receive the pass for number 17, Park Yong-jo. Chung-nam with the shot. This one on the goalie. Passing play behind the Luxembourg zone. Sends it to Fleischmann. Vincent on the right with some speed here. Pinned down into the boards by number 4, Liu Hui-song. Here comes DPR Korea. Kim Il-choi on the right with a wide shot. Rebound picked up by DPR Korea. Sends it the goalie's way. This one also slid past the net. 16 minutes to go in the opening period. A very high energy period for both teams. And do remember, this is the last game of the tournament. These teams, the 5th game in 7 days. Tired legs are certainly coming into play. Now Cannon tries to get it out. .34 to go in the period. Number 15, Lim Yo-Yong. And Yo-Yong sends it the other way. Kim Kom-ryong. Luxembourg defending their zone, trying to get it out. The captain, Golden Cannon, unable to get it out. Nice feed the other way, fools everybody. We have to say that's a really good goal. With the puck, Jong Song-gak. Everyone thought he's going the other way, turns around, finds a teammate, sharp angle shot, shooting the puck into the empty net. Look at the goalie, Mikkel here. He thought the puck was going over, so he slid over. When he realized the puck wasn't going the other way, it was too late for him to slip back. 1-0 DPR Korea. A reminder, with DPR Korea picking any point in this game, they would secure themselves a silver medal finish in this year's tournament. And I stand corrected. That would be assuming Uzbekistan beats Hong Kong, China tonight. That game comes at 8:30 today. DPR Korea in the attacking zone. Here they go in front of the net. 5 players scrambling around the puck, trying to get it out, and now Luxembourg gets it. Thomas, sideway pass to Brown. Brown goes into the corner. Goes cross ice behind the net. Cannon waiting at the point. So does Rika. Cannon gets it. Feeds it to the front. Sideway pass. Jong Lim Ju-won tries to get it out, and we have an icing call against DPR Korea. Could tell the players went on for a long shift. They were unable to get to the change. See the players grimacing from the fatigue. And no amount of warm-up is going to prepare you for the 5th game in 7 days. And it is deemed another icing call, while DPR Korea was arguing that it's an offside call. The linespersons were quick to figure out which players should be back on ice and keep reminding them that they shouldn't be making any more changes. They have to be really cautious about this, because we've seen Spanish referee Carlos Trabajo. He takes these procedures really seriously. He doesn't have a lot of patience for these players to intentionally or unintentionally delay the play of game or the flow of the game. Here's a shot block. At this level, you are supposed to know your rules. Here's Voss. Backhands it the other way, intercepted by DPR Korea. Church with the puck, sends it the other way to Strapolo. Strapolo sends it back out into the neutral zone, giving chase to Smosser, number 15. DPR Korea, number 7, Cho Chung-nam. Moves it back to Kim Il-choi. And no doubt Kim Il-choi and Kwang Yo-nam, number 12 and 13, the two key players on the DPR Korean zone. From the blue line with a shot blocked by a shin pad. Puck goes behind the Luxembourg net, and now Luxembourg gets it out of their own zone. 12 and a half minutes to go in the opening period, 1-0 DPR Korea. Cho Chung-nam sends it to number 13, Hwang Yo-nam. Their top scoring forward, Hwang Yo-nam with a shot, saved by Mikkel. Another shot, this one flat, a broken stick. Now with Joseph Kapp going the other way. Kapp to number 10 in Alexander Lutov, and the goalie hung on to the puck for a face-off in their own zone. 12:06 to go in the opening period, and it's a one-goal game with DPR Korea leading by just one. And surely, just like before, good turnout from the Luxembourg crowd. And still a handful of DPR Korean game officials and undressed players watching the game from the sidelines. And being a Sunday this weekend, the rink is naturally quite full. We do have a lot of hockey fans from all around Hong Kong, China, showing up to DBI Rink to watch the games here. And I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank all the volunteers and helpers who are here to support the tournament and the association. Is Brown stopping, sending the puck the other side to Church. Masson behind Church. And now Masson gets it. Sends it back to Church. Out of the bump there. Four players now battling for the puck. Each trying to stick the puck out from the corner. And now DPR Korea gets it. Saucer pass to the other side. And Lenny Brown first to the puck. Brown to Srika, back to Brown. Cho Yi-sung, number 3. To Park Chung-hyuk, the number 21. Kim Chung-hyuk, the captain. Well, I still remember in the first 35 seconds of his tournament was immediately injured with a huge gash on top of his left eye. Had missed the first game, but has played every single game after ever since, with a huge plaster underneath, on top, above his eye. Here is Masson to number 7, Joaquin Nunez. .9:45 to go in a period. 1-0 is still the score. Shots on goals, 5-2 in favor of DPR Korea. Number 15, Han Il-yong with the goal. And if Hong Kong, China is unable to beat Uzbekistan at 8:30 tonight, DPR Korea will go ahead with a silver medal finish. And if tonight Hong Kong, China is able to beat Uzbekistan and DPR Korea wins this game, then the top 3 teams will go into a 3-way tiebreaker. I don't have those numbers in my head right now, but looking at the goal differential, Uzbekistan is surely going to come out in first place. Here's a goal for Luxembourg. 1-1 tie. We have Picking up the puck from the blue line. Nice move, direct shot. Nothing in between the goalie and the shooter. So the shooter just beats the goalie clean. There was no screens. Perhaps the goalie could have challenged a little further out. But it's a 1-1 tie between Luxembourg and DPR Korea. Hong Kong fans watching this game very, very closely. Certainly they're hoping for a Luxembourg win here. Here is Luxembourg number 2, Antoine Thomas, Thierry Baron, and Home Cannon sends the puck into the attacking zone. DPR Korea picks up the puck, almost gave it away to Thomas. Number 15, Han Il-yong, scoring the first goal for the game. Now Han Il-yong moving into their own blue line, receiving the pass, unable to move it any further out, so brings it back to Jong Tae-ryong, number 11, and now DPR Korea goes for a change. 7:45 remaining in opening period. DPR Korea and Luxembourg in a 1-1 tie. There's number 14, Han Kum-choi, stops, sends it, deflected by number 16, Mosong. Claude Mosong gave it away to DPR Korea. Now the alternate captain, 23, David Church, trying to force his way in. Church almost steals it in front of the goalie. Cho Lee-sung to Park Chung-hyuk, on to the right side to Rim Ju-won. Rim sends it down deep. Goalie Mikkel turns around, sends it the other way, but intercepted by DPR Korea. Look at the blue shirts around the net, playing very well defensively, clogging up the slot behind, in front of the goalie. Now they try to send it out. Church with a missed pass, gave it away. DPR Korea keeps it in the zone. Lee-sung with the shot. Here is Mosong with the puck. Mosong brings it back, finds more space and room for his teammates, lets it out to Shrika. Shrika with a back pass back to Stropolo. Stropolo trouble handling the puck. Now he gets it back. Very nifty move in Stropolo. Another nice move, but he's getting a little too bold here, almost losing the puck to DPR Korea. Now Stropolo sends it down into the corner. DPR Korea number 2, Park Chung-kwang gets it, sends it the other way. Deflected by Luxembourg. Now they get the pass out into the neutral zone. And Mosser picks up the puck. 6:05 to go in the period. Mosong gets it out into the neutral zone. Nunez to Stropolo. Up front, a little touch there, and icing and offside waved off by the linesperson here. Slightly impeded was Mosser. Toft, the number 12, Leopold Toft, steals the puck in front of the red-blue line, sends it in with a backhand shot. This one wide. DPR Korea comes in. .5:25 to go in the period. The long shot, goalie with a pad save. Berong. On to the other side, stolen from DPR Korea, sends it forward almost a one-time. Here's the shot, tipped high, and the goalie, Mikkel, was able to grab it down with their gloves. Great back and forth action between these two teams as they continue to find that magical goal to break the deadlock. 8-3 this shot count in favor of DPR Korea. But Luxembourg hanging in there with their fine defensive play. All they need is that breakout. Here's DPR Korea with a great save by the goalie. Great pass save. Here is Wee-sung from the blue line with a whip. That one also blocked. Luxembourg goes the other way. Here is David Church. Church by far with the most offense for Luxembourg today. Forward play around the corner. Still no clear possession with a lot of forward play along the side. Now DPR Korea comes out with the puck on the right side into the attacking zone. Here comes Yu Hee-sung, fighting very fiercely for the puck and chips it down into the corner with 4 minutes to go. Nice pass, feeds it up front. Here is Stropolo with Nunez behind him. Feeds it back to Nunez. Nunez with the puck, centering pass. This one deflected and intercepted by DPR Korea. 3:45 to go. Mikhail comes out to play the puck forward to the left side. Here's Fleischmann to Nunez to Stropolo. Puck trapped in the corner along the blue line, sends it down deep. Luxembourg with the steal, it makes a move. Player taken down, and we will have a stoppage. It's a tripping penalty against DPR Korea. And we will have a Luxembourg power play for 2 minutes. And it's a trip right here. Luxembourg player was ready to turn the other side. Rika, long shot through traffic. That's when held on by the goalie. Very busy moment for the Korean goalie Kim Kang-kun. Here's another shot by Masur. DPR Korea flips it out in front and gives chase. Very smart play there as he realized there wasn't enough players to support the attack. Flips it in down deep. They're playing a man down as well. 1:27 to go in a power play for Luxembourg. Luxembourg taking their time for the change. Moves it out from behind their net. Feeds it to the left side, dumps it down deep. Now cross ice, whips it around the net. Sends it down low again. Back to Stropolo. Stropolo with the shot, this one up high. Hits the back of the backboards. Masur with a quick turn to Cap. Cap goes around. And DPR Korea with the clearance, or maybe they don't. Stropolo stopped the puck from exiting the zone. Sharp angle shot, this one hit the backboards again. 40 seconds to go in the power play, and now puck is out into the neutral zone. Cannon to Cap. Still 28 seconds in the power play. Goalie holds on to it. And that's a face-off in the Korean zone. It's a 1-1 tie with 1:52 remaining in the first period. Sends it to the right side. Shoots, blocked by DPR Korea, and now coming in Kim Il-choi. Choi in front. Behind him is number 17 Park Yong-jo. A shot and a save. Buck rebounded into the neutral zone. Mosong tries to get it. Gave the puck away to DPR Korea. Sends it down deep for the chase. Here's the captain. Goalie come out to play the puck the other way. 1:15. DPR Korea still trying to utilize their speed, but Luxembourg showing that they are the top seeded team in the division. And from their fine defensive play, blocking off a lot of these passes and the speedy Korean forwards on the attack. And of course, can't say it without mentioning the goalie, Jesse Mikkel. Mikkel, another save here. DPR Korea, puck in the corner. Brings it back into the corner with a centering attempt, blocked by Mosong, or Boss, rather. That goes out into the neutral zone, 25 more seconds to go. Shots on goals, 11-4 for DPR Korea. 13 more seconds to go, and here comes number 18, Kim Kun-yong. Cannon to Lutov. Lutov moves it forward for Fleischmann, and that's it for the first period. A very interesting period, fast-moving, high energy, and we are in the first intermission. After one period of play, 11-4 is the shot count. DPR Korea leading in the shots on goals department, but the teams are tied at 1 apiece. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have period number 2. Welcome back to DB Ice Rink in Hong Kong, China. This is the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Division 3 Group B. This is the final day of the tournament. And we're playing the second to last game between Luxembourg and DPR Korea. This game very important. One of the most pivotal games here in Hong Kong, China today. This game will likely decide who gets silver, who gets bronze. And of course, whatever results we have, that will still depend on tonight's game results between Hong Kong, China, and Uzbekistan. But looking at the way Uzbekistan has been playing, it's going to be a very, very difficult challenge for Hong Kong, China to win that one outright. Right now, Uzbekistan with 4 wins, undefeated in this tournament, 12 points. If Uzbekistan is going to get one single point out of tonight's game, that would be enough for them to clinch first place in this division and also make history in being promoted 2 consecutive years. It doesn't happen that often in international world championship play when one team gets promoted 2 years in a row. But because of the unique situation of Uzbekistan, which we've already covered many times before during this week of play. And that would also mark a very special occasion where the U18 men's U18 squad and the senior team gets promoted at the same time in the same season. Here's DPR Korea with the shot. Blocked by number 10, Lutov. Fleischmann moving the puck up front. DPR Korea picks it up. Grabbed it down from mid-air. Squished it along the side. Here's Leopold Toff. Fleischmann unable to get possession of the puck. And now DPR Korea coming in from the left side. Squeezes it in for an offside call. As for DPR Korea, they were the silver medalists from last year. Had it not been this juggernaut team of Uzbekistan, they would be looking at a very real chance of a promotion. Do remember DPR Korea came down all the way from Division 2B prior to the coronavirus pandemic. They withdrew from some of the tournaments, and without the yearly points gained from playing in the World Championships, their standings slid all the way to Division 3B levels. So they are playing at least half a division below their strength. And even if DPR Korea moves up to Division 3A, they should be able to compete relatively well, as the core of their team has remained largely unchanged. And you can see the DPR Koreans, they're not afraid to throw their bodies at the much bigger Luxembourg players. You can look at the size difference between them, especially when they're up against the taller players in Charlie Springer, David Church, players over 6 feet tall. An amazing story for both teams. In Luxembourg, they're facing a problem right now where some of their core players are moving into the 40s. And right now they're just trying everything they can to give the younger players more opportunity to play, learning the ropes, and pass on the torch over the next couple years. Here is Luxembourg on the left side being checked into the boards. A long shot. This one gloved down by DPR Korea. Nunez there to get the rebound, but the puck was held on tight by Kim Kang-gun, the goalie for DPR Korea. Invalid face-off once again. Referee Carlos Trabajo doing a great job controlling play. Very attention to detail. Nothing really gets away from him. Here's a shot by Luxembourg, and now Kwang Il Nam comes in for a 2-on-3. On to the right to Kwang Il Nam. With a shot here, goalie made a save. Cho Yu-nam sends it into the corner, picking up it's Kim Il-choi. Back to number 2, Pak Hom-gwang with a long shot, deflected. Nunez picks it up, sends it forward to Fleischmann. Nunez didn't get into the boards. Cho Chung-nam to Kwang Il-nam. Short angle shot, this one blocker saved by the goalie. Now puck goes the other way. Number 7, Joaquim Nunez. Kwang Il-nam to Pak Hom-gwang. Couple of nice moves to number 17, Park Young-jo. Cho Chung-nam moves it all the way, cutting through two defenders, and now puck goes the other way. Luxembourg, Antoine Thomas to Joseph Kapp. Puck caught in the corner, and now Cho Chung-nam sends it out. Cho moves it back a little too casual there, attracting some forecheckers. Tries to send it. Icing's going to be waved off as Han Il-yong touched the puck before it entered the blue line. Park Young-jo onto the side with a shot. It's one wide. Here's another shot cleared by Luxembourg. Jong Tae-rong sends it down low. Fleischmann picking up the puck. Cole Cannon should be. Tropolo back to Shrika. And Colm Cannon picks it up, sends it out. Now here comes Tropolo on the left side, trying to cut into center. Unable to make it through DPR defense. Tropolo trapped in the corner, and now here's DPR Korea number 18, Kim Kum-young, and they score! Number 18, Kim Kum-young, with a wonderful individual effort. And now they are in the lead. Look at him fly from the blue line, cutting in. A direct shot from a very narrow angle. The goalie, Jesse Mikkel, unable to stop the puck near side. And now it's 2-1 DPR Korea. Luxembourg down a goal. Right now they are looking on as their medal chance slips away as DPR Korea scored the go-ahead goal of the game. Shots on goals right now 14-4. And again, Luxembourg falling into the same problem, finding themselves with the same issue of not being able to attack as often as they want. Here's a long shot down the ice, and it's going to be icing. Shot by Stika, intercepted. Blocked by DPR Korea. Now they tipped it out on the right side. Tough. Oh, took a big hit into the boards. Luxembourg sends it the other way back into the corner. DPR Korea. And now we are seeing Luxembourg with a little more physical play. And given their bigger size, Luxembourg might want to play with a little more physicality. Right now they're just showing they can't quite keep up with a DPR Korean speed. Now the forwards for Luxembourg were quite speedy in the opening period, but as we enter the second period, we're seeing DPR Korea's speed is starting to pull away from Luxembourg. DPR Korea with a long shot. Sauce. Play broken up by Park Young-jo. Pat. Behind and they score. 3-1 DPR Korea. A very nice backhand pass. It's almost the same play. The goalie was fouled to the other side, only to find the puck on the original side. And now DPR Korea 3, Luxembourg 1. Han Il-young out to the left side, picked up by Mosong. Mosong tailed closely by Han Il-young. There's Liu Hui-song with the shot. Claude Mosong on from the right side with a shot. And goalie Kim Kang-gun with the save here. 9:15 to go, 3-1 to score. Here is DPR Korea with a rush from the left side. Ran into the corner and now puck picked up by Luxembourg. A little trouble controlling puck with Springer. Sends it out into the neutral zone, intercepted by the captain Kim Chong-hyuk. Sends it down onto the right side and picking up the puck is number 17, Lenny Brown. Here's a giveaway, goalie made the save. Luxembourg still trying very hard to break it out of their own zone. Now they have a chance, chip along the board, but intercepted by the captain, Kim Jong-hyuk. Luxembourg with a shot, this one deflected into the corner. Fleischmann, Sapporo with a shot, this one deflected into the corner. Joseph Kapp down deep to Colm Cannon. Cannon sends it back to Antoine Thomas. Thomas takes it out, goes in deep. Puck batted out of midair by DPR Korea. Puck in the corner. And now they squish it out into the Luxembourg zone with 7:43 to go in the tip period. Cannon. Thomas. Cho Chung-nam. Hwang Yo-nam. Chips it in. Goalie had to make a little save there. Pats the shot count a little more. DPR Korea. Some stick work there. Puck goes into the corner. Now Pak Kum-kwang with the puck, chips it out. You just can't seem to, Luxembourg can't seem to be stopping the DPR Koreans here. Very in control. Pak Kum-kwang, lots of room to maneuver. Not a lot of players moving in for the forecheck. And they're just letting DPR Korea with the puck in the attack in their own zone. Look, they're Luxembourg not playing penalty kill, but they're just not moving in. Probably not wanting to get burnt by speed. But that's a very passive play. In basketball terms, maybe this is like a half-court press. But you're just letting the Koreans with so much room and space to make the zone exit, which can be dangerous. And now the zone entry from Luxembourg, a dump and chase. And here we are, DPR Korea in their own zone again. Lutov goes in. Brings it back a little along the blue line, gave it away to DPR Korea, number 18, Kim Kong-leong, who just scored a nice goal. Kim Kong-leong with the puck. Wrapping around the goal. A goalie now not very confident as he got burnt 2 times with wraparound attempts. DPR Korea control and play with a long shot. A deflective, a tip attempt in front of the net. Luxembourg finding themselves in trouble again. DPR Korea with a long shot. Puck didn't go through, poke away by Luxembourg. And Luxembourg sends it out into the neutral zone again. But you could tell the Luxembourg players needed a change, and in goes David Church. Leopold Toff, everyone going in for a change. Surely fatigue is a major factor in this game for Luxembourg, and we're already seeing the effects of it. 4:21 to go in the second. DPR Korea up by 2. But the goals don't reflect everything. The shot on goals, 17-7. It's still early in the game, but fans are already doing their math in their heads about the standings and possible scenarios on what medals each teams are going to get. Now, I'm not saying DPR Korea is going to win this game, but let's say if they do, if they win this game, they would have 12 points. And then tonight, Uzbekistan wins their game against Hong Kong, China. Uzbekistan would finish first. DPR Korea finished second. Hong Kong, China finishes in third place. But if DPRK wins this game, Hong Kong beats Uzbekistan tonight. Here's the Luxembourg shot by number 24, Anthony Vincent. Here's a 2-on-3 on the right side. Kim Il Choi. And if Hong Kong tonight beats Uzbekistan, DPR Korea, and Hong Kong, China will fall into a 3-way tie of 12 points each. And that's when the goals differential between those 3 teams would come into play. And given Uzbekistan's dominance in their game versus DPR Korea, they would still end up in first place, very likely. And Hong Kong, China will probably pick up second place. And DPR Korea in third place. Now that's all done inside my head, so I could be wrong. And that's the most likely scenario. So by winning this game, DPR Korea is guaranteeing themselves a piece of medal. Most likely a silver. It could be a bronze, but it will not be a gold. Now, if Luxembourg comes back to tie the game up and go overtime, DPR Korea would still be in the same position. So for Luxembourg to medal in this tournament, they will need to win this game in regulation time. Even a win in overtime would mean Luxembourg would end up in 4th place. Because right now they have 6 points, Hong Kong, China has 9 points. Let me bring out the standings right now. If Luxembourg does not get a full 3 points, they will not catch Hong Kong, China's 9 points. So for Luxembourg, they will need to win this one in regulation. Now they're down by 2, just to tie the game. And they need at least 3 goals while shutting DPR Korea down to guarantee themselves a piece of medal. But DPR Korea played a really good tournament. They're speedy, they're very disciplined. They haven't taken a lot of penalties like the old style DPR Koreans. They've changed. They have very solid skills. And now their play reflects what they are now. And the only thing is we'd like to see more of DPR Korea in terms of ice hockey international play. A little more than a minute remaining in the second period. A little slash there by Joseph Kapp. And another takedown by Antoine Thomas. Now Kapp to Cannon. Cho Wee-sung. And also worth noting, here is Luxembourg with a shot. This one went through, didn't get a score. And it's must be said, DPR Korean defenders number 2, Park Hum-kwang, and number 3, Cho Wee-sung, very good at what they do. Great defenders. Here is DPR Korea with another goal. A little turnover there, and Kim Il-choi receives the puck right in the middle of the slot area. Nobody around him. A little flick and sends it short side into the net. With just 16 seconds to go in the game, that's going to be a heartbreaker for the Luxembourg squad. And now, if they want to medal or a podium finish, they will need to score at least 4 goals to win this one in regulation. 10 more seconds to go. That should do it. 2 more seconds. That would do it for the second period of the game. 4-1 to score. 18-minute break for now. And we'll be right back with the third period. And we welcome everyone back to DB Ice Rink here in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. This exciting game between DPR Korea and Luxembourg. This game will very likely decide the fate of the medals. Luxembourg will want to have a win here to make sure they get a piece of silverware. With a win here, Luxembourg will likely end up with a medal, a bronze medal. And with a single point here, DPR Korea will guarantee themselves a medal, likely a silver, and that will all depend on tonight's game between Hong Kong, China and Uzbekistan. Shapodo going in with the shot. Behind the net, the captain, Kim Chung-hyuk. Coming out of their own zone, just under a minute play this period. Back to Kim Chung-hyuk. Kim to Han, back to Kim. Sends it on to the left side, the right side, and now Lutov go for a chase. Now remains to be seen what the Luxembourg head coach, Andriy Episov, has done during the intermission, but we're still seeing the coaching staff talking to the players and showing diagrams on the strategy board. And here's a goal by DPR Korea. It's a 5-1 game. And that goal probably took away any chance for Luxembourg to come back into the game. Now it is 5-1. Brown in the corner. On to the right side to number 18, Kim Kum-ryung. Along the corner, here is Rapoto. Sends it back out. Toft. Yu Hui-sung. Dong Tae-ryung. Here comes Yu Hui-sung. Cross-ice pass blocked by Luxembourg. Here is Foss. To Joseph Kapp. Antoine Thomas moves in with space with a shot gloved down by the goalie, Kim Kang-gun. Keeping the score at 5-1. A relatively uneventful game here in terms of penalties. Only 2 minutes so far, and that was way back in the first period. Second period, very clean. And shots on goals now 22-8 in favor of DPR Korea. Luxembourg brings it back into the corner. Chips it out to the blue line with a long shot. This one tipped wide. David Church in the corner. Being pinned down. Now Mirko Moser joins the crowd. David Church with the puck, spins around with a move. Lutov from left side, circles around the net from behind the boards. Taken down, a couple of players flipping over, and no calls by the referee yet. Here's a shot by number 21, Thierry Berong. Berong again with another shot, this one clubbed down also by the goalie and Kim Kang-gun. Some fans for DPR Korea around the rink other than the 4 personnel in the DPR Korea uniforms or tracksuits. Cho Chung-nam turns around and sends it out. Intercepted by Luxembourg. Here is number 17, Pak Yong-jo. Pak Yong-jo moves it up forward, tries to send it to Kim Il-choi on to the left-right side. Now is number 13, Hwang Yo-nam. Hwang moves in one-on-one. Hwang Yo-nam, here's a 2-on-1, unable to center it. Now he gets possession, sends it out to number 7, the alternate captain in Cho Chung-nam. Puck play back into their own zone. Pak Kum-hwang with the puck. A nice move there, fakes out the forward checker in Anthony Vincent. Tropolo give chase, pestered by number 15 Han Il-young. 5-1 the score with 15:22 to go in this third period. Luxembourg fighting for their lives for a podium finish this tournament. Right now, if they continue this way and ended up losing the game, they will finish this tournament in 4th place without a medal. And the favorites coming into the division, the tournament, Luxembourg, they really want to show the world what they are really made of. And right now they're trying very hard to come back. Here's Church on the right side, centering pass. This one deflected. Play is a lot more structured with Luxembourg this period, but they are still down by 4 goals just to tie the game. And if they tie the game, they are not going to be winning any medals. They need 5 goals. They need to win this outright for a podium finish. Goalie gloved it down, sweeps it aside to his right side. Thierry Baron to Mosser, up to Church. Kim Kang-gun, the goalie there first, sweeps it aside. Now we have Luxembourg starting to play a little more physically, but was met by a penalty called by Carlos Robajo. Oh, but the penalties on DPR Korea. Kim Chung-hyuk, the captain. Oh, now Luxembourg will have a chance. Great shot off the face-off, saved by Kim Kang-gun. Luxembourg keeps it in. Now we have a chance. Spins around with a shot. Bad save. Covered by the goalie. And credit to these 2 teams for playing it very nice. Only 2 penalties so far this period, and we're just looking at the second. In more than 46 minutes of play. Still a minute 49 to go in the power play. Here is Tropolo, moves it to side to Vaz. Vaz to Thomas. Sideways pass to Cannon. Back to Tropolo in front of the net. 2 blue shirts. Vincent gets it, pushed from behind into the boards. Vincent grabbed from behind and Vaz a little too back. Luckily for Luxembourg, Thomas gets it back, moves it back into the offensive zone. Now Thomas gives chase. Number 17, Pak Yong-jo tries to make a push. Thomas, centering pass. Finds Cannon with a shot. This one blocked by a goalie. 13-14 remaining in the period. 1:04 in the power play. Now Korea with the puck. A 3-on-1 on to the right to Kim Il-choi. Kim Il-choi with a shot. This one wide. Luxembourg players wanting to go for a change, and now they let DPR Korea control play. DPR Korea with the puck. Bringing it back. They know what to do with the puck. All they need to do is to waste enough time and hang on to that 4-goal lead, because they know all they need is a single point. They do not have to win this game in regulation to secure a silver medal. Here is Mosong. Mosong cuts in, onside play. Off the board to Srika. Shot, save. It's a nice feed to the right side, all alone by himself. But couldn't get past the goalie. Look at that, the shot was a little too center and right into the chest pads of the goalie in Kim Kang-gun. 12:04 remaining in regulation time. Luxembourg needs 6 goals. Puck in the Luxembourg zone, and teams are now back to even strength, 5 apiece. It was a good power play, but the power play didn't yield any goals for Luxembourg. Luxembourg still in it with a shot blocker saved by Kim Kang-gun. DPR Korea moving it in. 3 blue shirts immediately swarms the player. Trying to overload the attackers. Here is Anthony Vincent. Sends it in. Kim Kang-gun plays it for his teammate in number 7, Cho Chung-nam. Cho out to Hwang. Hwang Yo-nam onto the right side to Kim Yo-choi. Hwang Yo-nam spins around, back to the point, on to the right side to Cho Chung-nam. Cho with a shot, pass saved by the goalie. Wants to wrap it around, and now Luxembourg has the puck. 11 minutes, 10:45 to go in the final period. Here's Park Yong-jo, shoots, blocked by a skate. Puck in along the boards, and now Luxembourg has it. Nice speed up of Vincent. Speeds past Park Hum-kwang, now pinned down into the corner, unable to let it out. 10:22 to go. Here comes Luto with a shot cleft down by the goalie. Rebounded by Thomas with another shot. This one hit another shin pad. Pressure. Here is Church. Nice move. Shot, rebound. Church with the rebound. Unable to put it in. Here is another long shot. And now there is a whistle. A hook and call. And Luxembourg will have another power play. But they need 6 goals. 5 goals. If they don't score in this power play, it is almost certain that DPR Korea is going to take this one home. And don't forget, tonight at 8:30, Hong Kong, China plays host to Uzbekistan. Local time for sure. We are in Greenwich Mean Time plus 8 hours. And after that game, we will be having the award ceremonies. Very nice play in Church with a shot. This one kicked out by the goalie. 9:08 to go in regulation time. 1:08 remaining in the power play for Luxembourg. Shrika moves in, sends it down low to Lutov. Lutov back to Shrika. Shrika with the cross-ice pass picked up by DPR Correa. Correa in with the puck. Now we have Leopold Toft, a little quiet today in Toft, but he is coming back with an offensive chance. Vincent back to Voss. Voss shoots it in, deflected with a skate. Vincent with the puck, turns around, centering pass. That one with a toe save by the goalie. Mikhail comes out. You can see the desperation of Luxembourg. Shopolo to Voss on the right side. Voss taken down. Tomas with the puck, and we are going to have a penalty. Yet another penalty, and this time it is going to be against Luxembourg. A holding call against Luxembourg. And that penalty pretty much does it for Luxembourg. 2 minutes on the clock, number 5, Barnabas Voss in for a hold. We see the Luxembourg players talking things over with each other. Surely their hopes are still alive. Here comes DPR Korea taking their time on the left side. Fleischmann trying to work the puck out of their own zone. Perong with some stick work. Fleischmann down. Now back into the bench. Church coming in for Fleischmann. DPR Korea power play. Back onto the right side. Liu Wei-song calling for the puck. He gets the puck now. Liu Wei-song down deep. Jong Song-gak calling for the puck. Here is number 11, Jong Tae-ryong. Kim Kom-ryong. Kim Kom-ryong moves in around the net. Here is Liu Wei-song. Now Liu Wei-song cutting in with a shot here. Fans on the puck, and now we have Luxembourg with a 3-on-2, but the players had to go for a change. 6:20 to go. 21 more seconds in the power play. Luxembourg needs 5 goals. Captain Kim Chong-suk on the right side, in front of the goalie, 2 white shirts, and now that's it for the penalty. Players back to teams back to 5 apiece. Rebound by DPR Korea, shoots and it hits a Luxembourg player in number 19, Sami Shrika. He was down, but he got up, back into playing defense, but he's slow. He must have been hurt. Kim Kwang-il unable to keep it in, and now we have a whistle. It's an interference call pointing towards Shrika. But Shrika was hurt. Let's take a look at how Shrika got hit. The shot right here, it hit him in the outer side of his left knee. Here's another shot. Look at Shrika, the tall blue shirt on the right side. Shot right there, hits his leg. Ouch. DPR Korea power play. Goalie made a good save, and the goalie signaled for something, probably with a loose strap on the mask. The referee quick to pick that up and called and stopped play. Very alert referee in Carlos Trabajo, because in a lot of league games we play, your mask could be off and the referees might not even notice. So we have very high level of officiating here in IIHF tournaments, which is good. I mean, for the local up-and-coming younger referees to learn. I've talked about this before. The posture of the refereeing, the officiating crew, the way they communicate with the players, your arm signals, all that, your misdemeanor, everything. There is a standard, and with these tournaments in home turf, local referees and officiating staff can learn from them. The Liu Wei Song, 4:20 to go in the final period. Liu Wei Song with a shot. Narrow angle shot, puck ended up behind the net, and here is going to be a penalty against DPR Korea. And here comes a shot, and there's going to be the infraction. A little stick work here, a slashing call. Five-1 to score. 4-on-4 for another 28 seconds. And then Luxembourg will have a shortened power play. Barong shifts it out. Tough. Lost possession to Park Chung-hyuk. The captain, Kim Chung-hyuk. Moves it to Park Chung-hyuk. Skates around, lost his possession. Nunez on to the right. Interception by Kim Chung-hyuk. Sends it down low. Mikhail plays it. Antoine Thomas. Under 3 minutes to go. And now we're into the Luxembourg power play. Stropolo with the shot. Oh, to the right. One times it. This one went wide. Stropolo to Thomas. Thomas moves in. Vincent. Back to Stropolo. 2:18 to go. 15 seconds to go in the power play. Stropolo with some speed. Trapped into the corner. Now Stropolo has to go back with a broken stick. Towards the end, we have some pushing and shoving in front of the DPR Korea nets, but nothing major. These teams have been behaving very well in this game. And that's a little slash there. The Korean defender very quick to protect the goalie. That was all understood. One more second in the power play and 2 minutes to go in regulation time. And it's pretty sure Luxembourg came to try, but ultimately they could not beat the speed of the DPR Koreans. And also, I would say, their endurance level. So Luxembourg will have another year to go back to the drawing board, to scout out on players, develop their players, train hard, and come back the next year and challenge for the division title again. And really a great showing for DPR Korea this year. Really, if it's not for the existence of the juggernauts of Uzbekistan, DPR Korea would have been one of the favorite teams to challenge for promotion. But it is what it is. Uzbekistan proves to be too much of a challenge for every single team in this division. And tonight we'll see Hong Kong, China trying to break the streak of the Uzbekistanis. And for sure they're going to have the support of the fans. Here is another shot, and that would do it for the game. Final score, 5-1. And the fans around the rink with applause for a fantastic game played by both sides. Luxembourg came in, they tried, they gave their best, and they just couldn't outplay DPR Korea. The final score 5-1 for DPR Korea. And DPR Korea with a win, they are now tied with Uzbekistan with 12 points. But Uzbekistan holds the tiebreaker, and so Uzbekistan is still ranking first overall. And now the only team that can catch DPR Korea would be Hong Kong, China. If Hong Kong, China could beat Uzbekistan tonight, Uzbekistan, DPR Korea, and Hong Kong, China would end up with a three-way tie with 12 points each. But if Hong Kong doesn't win, Uzbekistan would have 15 points. In first place, DPR Korea with a silver medal in second, and Hong Kong, China with 6 points with a bronze medal. And with a win here for DPR, Hong Kong, China would not finish lower than third place. So they will have some silverware to take home. And we will see with that final game at 8:30 tonight. While we wait for the individual awards, we have one more game to go tonight. And that would be Hong Kong, China versus Uzbekistan. And after the game, we would be having the awards presentations. Individual awards, directorate awards, the best forward, best defender, best goalkeeper for the tournament. well as the bronze medals, the silver medals. And here is the best player of the game for Luxembourg, David Church at number 23. David Church, standing 6'1", 185 centimeters tall, plays for the Netherlands in Eindhoven Kampen, leading the attacks for Luxembourg multiple times. As for DPR Korea, their top goalie, a top player of the game, is number 2, Park Kung-kwang, plays for Taesongsan in DPR Korea, standing 6'2", very tall, the tallest player in the DPR Korean squad. These two players, what a game, and we congratulate them for their efforts. Now it's time for the best player on each team for the entire tournament. And these awards picked by the team officials. As for Luxembourg, lots of players who have played very well. Leo Kotov played very well in my mind. Stropolo came in strong towards the latter part of the tournament. Masong, Shrika, of course the trio Springer, Church, and Cannon, also very important. The two other forwards, Antoine Thomas and Joseph Kapp, also left very memorable impressions. And their goalie playing all 4 games, Jesse Michael Barbadillo, the best player for Luxembourg throughout the entire tournament. And they will finish in 4th place after 5 games played. And these two teams, their mission has accomplished. They will now have a great shower, get changed, and enjoy the rest of the night. Perhaps come into the rink to watch Hong Kong, China play Uzbekistan. And of course, DPR Korea, they're going to come back tonight after the games to receive their awards. And the captain for DPR Korea, Kim Chung-hyuk, the best player for the team, also from Taesongsan, stands 5'11", 180 centimeters tall. Captain being hurt within the first 35 seconds into the tournament. Now he played out the entire tournament and helping his team to a medal finish this game. And we'll rate and rise for the national anthem for DPR Korea. Congratulations to DPR Korea with the win. We're not sure yet what medal they would receive. Will also depend on tonight's game, but a silver is right now the most likely scenario. For Luxembourg, it's unfortunate, but they will have to settle for fourth place and hope for a comeback, a stronger comeback next year. And that would do it for today's game. We have one more game in this tournament, 8:30 tonight. Hong Kong, China play host to Uzbekistan.